For 70 years, steam was the sole means of traction on the Avontuur line. Day in and day out, drivers and firemen, guards and fitters, clerks and gangers signed on for duty and played their part in moving goods and people up and down the system. Many different types of locomotive from different manufacturers saw service on the line, among them the much-loved Class NG15s, commonly known as Kalaharis. The term Kalahari is a misnomer, referring as it does to an arid region of southern Africa, hundreds of kilometres east of where these engines actually worked. But the desert connection is accurate enough, because these 282 tender engines were originally built for service in Namibia, known at the time as Southwest Africa. Today, Namibia is exclusively 3-foot 6-inch gauge territory, but up until 1960, the country boasted an extensive 2-foot gauge railway system. In places, the remains of the narrow gauge track bed can still be seen, but the Kalaharis that raced through the arid wastes are long gone. They were displaced southwards after the gauge conversion, and many of them found a new lease of life in the Eastern Cape. The desert's loss was the Avontuur line's gain.
They were not designed for the Port Elizabeth branch, but they suited to the work admirably. In fact, until the latest machines were built for the narrow gauge, which is the Class 16 Garretts, they were the mainstay of the tractive effort on the Port Elizabeth Avontuur line. It's a very powerful beast. She's capable of very high speed, which the Garrett is not. There is an unofficial record of a driver actually hitting 100 kilometers an hour with a Kalahari. I can't substantiate that myself. It is the rumor that goes around in railway circles on the Avontuur. The crews thoroughly enjoy the Kalaharis because it's got a very spacious cab, a cool cab, because it is open-backed. Unfortunately, the Garrett is a completely enclosed cab. It's got a coal bunker right up behind the cab, very small. In fact, you cannot swing the proverbial cat around in. The Garrett having a larger firebox. The relation between the boiler size and the firebox in the Garrett is much larger than on the Kalahari. You have a lot of heat projecting into the cab that's closed, and it gets hot and very uncomfortably hot in the Garrett.
The Class 16 Garretts once ranked alongside the Kalaharis as real workhorses of the Avontuur line. Proof of their success lies in the fact that they were built in batches over a period of almost 30 years, the last examples as recently as 1968. A much older Garrett is this Class NGG11, built in 1925.
Of the two Garretts, my favourite is the little 11 class. She's been unserviceable for the last 4 years due to boiler tube failure. She hasn't actually failed, but the boiler tubes have worn. So instead of risking dramatic failure, we've stopped using the engine. And after 2 years, we have actually found another set of tubes for this engine. And as soon as circumstances allow us, financial circumstances and manpower circumstances, we will be retubing this boiler. And then we will again be operating one of the oldest Garretts in the world.